What is going on, guys? It's Dodgy back with another video. Today, I'm not a financial advisor. I never will be. I never was a financial advisor. And yeah, all right, cool. Just want to get a nice introduction. Hopefully that makes you guys a little energetic for this video. Come on, let's go. It's Friday, baby. Let's go. If you're watching this tomorrow, what's up? All right, if you want to watch my live streams every single day, I say this every single video, you guys know the drill, then you can click the WAP link in my description. Again, we have a great time in there. I call price live, and yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. If you know I'm good, then you know I'm good. All right. And the other thing is, if you want to start a futures account, I would strongly recommend buying an Apex account, okay? So go click the Apex in the description. Use that code that's in the description in the promo. It's 71% off. And yeah, buy a few accounts. Really cheap. Really helps me a lot. So yeah, do that. All right. So I'm going to be going over the top 3 concepts that helped me from ICT's mentorship. Okay. And before I do start the video, I just want to say all day we were waiting for these equal lows to hit. Okay. You can see these equal lows, and we just finally hit them after so long. That was like the most painful fall I've ever seen. I don't know what was wrong with that, but really it was such a painful fall there. So we finally got those equal lows. And yeah, that's kind of my next target. Obviously, you can, if you watched my daily review yesterday, okay, basically said we're probably going to go here. And indeed, I was correct. Okay, so this is the next target. I'm holding SQQ until down here. All right, so I'm going to be really going over the top 3 concepts that help me in my ICT trading, okay? And it's not a single concept. It's just a point, okay? The first one, overcomplicating and using too many models, okay? This is a big one, all right? Now, when you come in to start learning ICT concepts, you want to learn about breaker blocks, you want to learn about mitigation blocks, you want to learn about volume imbalances, reaper fair value gaps, imp node 24, whatever you want to learn about. And people try to learn about all 5 million of these things, and what happens to them is they take a play based off of, let's say, a fair value gap, okay? And they'll take like a play off of fair value gap. So let's say they short this, and they're like, okay, I'm shorting this fair value gap. And then what goes through their mind is, oh, but there's a breaker block or order block down here. What if we bounce off it? And then they don't take the short. Or they think, oh, this is a bullish fair value gap to the upside, or bullish order block, or volume imbalance, wherever it may be to the upside. I'm not going to take it. And this is the main problem that I used to have. I used to get in plays and I just didn't know. Like I'd see one thing, but then the other thing would tell me to go to the opposite. And once I limited down my model to a few different things, that helped me a lot. So what I did for myself, I don't know if this is going to work for you, is I literally just started using fair value gaps only, order blocks, and liquidity. Those are the 3 things I use: fair value gaps, order blocks, and liquidity. I don't look at breakers. I don't look at mitigation blocks. I don't look at any of that stuff, okay? Some people do, some people don't. It just depends. But fair value gaps, which I would count BPRs and inversion fair value gaps in that, order blocks, and liquidity. That's all I tear it down to, okay? So I literally started using those 3 simple things, and that just helped me keep a clean chart. I don't have a million levels and million stuff drawn on my chart. I'm not going to draw every order block. I'm not going to draw every breaker block, whatever it may be, and it just helps me so much, and it just keeps my chart clean. It really helps me keep the draw and liquidity clear, okay? Really helps me keep the draw and liquidity here. Clear, sorry. Which leads me into my next point. All right, my next point being that liquidity, okay? The one thing I didn't appreciate enough when I first started is the equal highs and equal lows, okay? A lot of people would say, oh, we have to go to this high, this low. But if you can stay patient and wait for the equal high / equal lows, you will realize how often this algorithm that you learn from ICT will just go towards these. And if you only do plays based off of these, you can be so profitable. Like literally today, as I saw today, we had very clean 15-minute equal lows with an hourly fair value gap, which I wasn't sure if this was going to reject or not. I mean, I wanted it to, but sometimes it doesn't. But we ended up getting a lower time frame confirmation set up here. We got this hourly candle, this hourly fair value gap, and we had obvious equal lows as the target. So if you can stay patient enough and really wait for those, they hit so much, okay? Unless it's like an SMT. We had equal highs here the other day that this was an SMT, which is a whole nother video. If you want to watch an SMP video, just type in Dodgy's DDD SMT. You can learn about what an SMT is. But again, the equal lows and equal highs thing, I didn't really realize how important these were until I started seeing them in the charts live time. So that would be the second thing that I would definitely make sure to pay attention to. Equal highs and equal lows. Okay, no matter what's even like these tiny, you're gonna see like these tiny 1 minute equal highs and equal lows for them. Let's see if I can find an example. And it tells you price is just going back down. I don't see any good examples here. Let me see here. All right, I don't really see any good examples, so I'm just gonna make one up. All right, kind of like right here. Look at, see this wick and this wick. See how these are almost equal lows. What this tells me is, okay, price created these equal lows here. It's probably going to deliver from the spiritual reality gap and hit these equal lows down here. Okay, so they can really tell you a lot in the lower time frame and give you hints to setups. This setup to me was pretty 50-50 because we're in between these two. But then, like, if you see these equal lows form, it's like, okay, now I think we're actually going to break this and go down. So they just give you hints to where price is going to go. And you're going to see a lot of them on the, like, even these I would consider relative equal. Look at right here. These two right here. These are perfect equal lows. You can see to the cent. These are the best ones, obviously. And you can see a price just ends up going back down there. So marking those out is the other important thing. The third important thing is time, okay? When I first started ICT, I traded the AM, I traded the PM. I never did as well in the PM as I did in the AM, and I didn't know why. And I always got wrecked during lunch, and I would always trade into this time distortion. And I can confidently say after almost 2 years learning ICT, if you can literally just wake up and trade from 8:30 to 11, that is literally all you need. The PM session is a lot more sloppier unless we have like FOMC, obviously. Probably because of the lack of volume. In the morning, we just get so much more volume, and I think it moves price cleaner. And if you can be green by 11 o'clock and get off, I think you're good to go. Like, I don't think you need to trade more after that. And I know if you're new, you should tape read and demo trade. But if you're going to be tempted to trade in a live account after 11 o'clock when you're green, you're going to end up blowing up, okay? Happened to me all the time, okay? I tried to revenge trade in the afternoon. I tried to take extra trades. I tried over trading. That actually happened to me the other day, but that was because I was trying to live stream and be cool on my Discord and show you, oh, I could live stream in the afternoon, which I actually did. I did alert a few good things, but obviously there's one play that did not go my way, and I don't think it was that pretty. I don't think price was that pretty. Even the wins I alerted, I don't think it logically moved how I like in the AM. The AM is just so much cleaner, so much of a different vibe than the PM. So I think that's the third thing that I would just pay attention. If you're green by 11 o'clock, maybe think about demo trading. I know some of you are going to be like, oh, I can be profitable in the afternoon. And yeah, I have been too. It's not as much as I am in the AM. So it's up to you what you want to do, but that would be the third and final concept I would say you should pay attention to from the ICT mentorship. Trading between only that 8:30 to 11 o'clock time. All right, so that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you are brand new to ICT, make sure you do start off with a demo account. I literally demoed for probably 4 or 5 months before I went into a live. But I also then started using these demo prop firm accounts because they're like 90% off and there's sales, and they literally, I could get it for $20, and it was still a demo, but it also gave me a little more emotion because it's like, oh, this actually means something. You could get a payout or whatever it may be. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. If you did get this far, please comment the word clock. All right, comment the word clock. All right. So appreciate you guys watching this video, and on that, peace.